Shabbat Shalom. So good to see everyone here this evening. For those of you who may not know who I am, my name is Cindy Michelasi. I'll be having the honor and the pleasure of leading prayer with you this evening. So this evening is Shabbat Shuvah, the Shabbat of returning. So we are in the midst of the 10 days of Teshuvah. So the Sabbath during the 10 days is looked upon as a very special time when you can look inward and try to cement the process of return within your soul. And so this evening, we're going to be sharing with you some poetry that runs along that theme. And that was the sheet that you should have gotten on your way in. Also, it is Shabbat Hazinu, the Torah portion, which is Moses' song. Hazinu is listen. And so we are going to be listening to Moses' poem, his last address to the Jewish people. And so, as I like to do before we settle in to start our prayers, let's get the business out of the way, and I'd like to invite Rick forward to give us some announcements.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm Rick Schoenfield, and I'm the announcer tonight. Thank you to our usher, Adam Rubicek, and our greeter, Rachel Wood, and our security team. Thank you to Cindy for leading the services tonight. If you or your family identify as interfaith, Jewish adjacent, multicultural, or anything in between, then you are invited to a Jewish plus coffee and connections, where you can talk with other people experiencing some of the same things you are. The first of these monthly discussions will be on Sunday, October the 1st. This Sunday evening, September 24th, is the beginning of Yom Kippur. I'm pretty sure all of you already know that. For more information on our holiday services, learning opportunities, and break fast, visit mycec.org/HH. Please don't forget to return your food donations for the People's Resource Center on Monday. For more information on other upcoming events, please check out our weekly happenings email. Please join us after services for a wonderful almaneg in the social hall. Shabbat Shalom.
Ya ba bim bam, ya ba ba bim bam, ya ba bim bam, ya ba ba, ya ba ba ba, ya ba bim bam, ya ba ba bim bam, ya ba ba ba, ya ba 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 bam, ya ba bim bam, ya ba ba bim bam, ya ba bim bam, ya ba ba, ya ba ba ba, ya ba bim bam, ya ba ba bim bam, ya ba ba ba, ya ba 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 bam. Oh, ya ba bim bam, ya ba ba bim bam, ya ba bim bam, ya ba ba, ya ba ba ba, ya ba bim bam, ya ba So all of the poems that we are going to be reading this evening come to us from Karen Follett Christensen. She is the Aurora Poet Laureate and a good friend of mine. So we start this evening with one called God's Walk. The story is that God comes down to earth to live among humans. In God's disguise, a cloak surrounds God of compassion, or woven of some silken stuff that shines in sunlight and reflects the pain of living, swaying with the happiness that is part of living too. God walks beside us and behind us, taking notes on our existence, looking for the opportunity to instruct or fall in love with all creation. Is God pleased, or does God wonder how things might work with intervention? It must be tempting to reach out to turn the dial, to tweak a little here and there. But in God's wisdom, life is left to its devices, flowing as it's meant to be, with God, the dreamer, ever watching endlessly. We continue on the other side of the page. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are, born and reborn again. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Hashivenu, Hashivenu, Adonai Elecha, Lenashuvah, Lenashuvah. Kadesh, Kadesh, Yameinu Mike, is there another lighter up here? Why do we have a tricky lighter? Why don't we have a... There we go. Thank you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. We continue in our prayer book on page 145. Yitkadash meraba Be'alma divarach hirute V'amlich malchute B'chai echon uvyom echon Uv'chai dechol Beit Yisrael Bagala Uvizman karib vehimeru amen. Yehi shemei rabba mevorach leolam olam me'almaya yitbarach Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yidromam v'yidnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha barichu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata Damiran be'alma ve'imeru. Amen. Please rise. Ya la la. Page 147. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim v'chochma poteach she'arim uvitvuna shane itim umachalif et hazmanim umsader et hakochavim b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono borei yom v'layla Golel or mipnei choshech v'choshech mipnei or uma'avir yom umevi laila umavdil ben yom uvein laila Adonai tzvaot shemo El chai v'kayam Tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Truth and reconciliation. I'd like to sit down and explain myself, not seek forgiveness, but understanding. What makes us do the things we do? The long view helps, but who really knows? We may not regret, but we re-examine, reconstruct. The counterfactual game is played, a chessboard model that ends in stalemate. Is information ever helpful? Motivation crafts good plots and murder stories, keeps suspense in darkened rooms. The play's the thing, as Shakespeare told us. The ending changes frequently, pulls us back from reenactment, searching always for truth. Please rise. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod, Malchuto, Leolam, Leolam Vaed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol vavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al bavecha Vishinantam levanecha, v'nibarta bam, b'shivtecha b'veitecha, u'v'lechtecha v'derech, u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha, u'kshartam lehot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha. Uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru vasitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kedoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihyot lachem lelohim ani Adonai Elohechem. Wilderness. Wandering is essential. We seek the place into which we fit. When quandaries strike or confusion reigns, when hearts are empty or much too full. Silence, except for sweeping wind. Darkness, except for blinking stars. Cold of deep night, heat of strong sun. all engage us to search our souls, to reconcile what we need most and what we need to leave behind. Page 152. Adonai, Imloch, Leolam, Vaed. Redefinition. Let me cast off all that has weighed me down, an agile dancer on beams of light. Trust that creation will open its arms, a pathway of questions. I relinquish my need for certainty. I cannot know what each dawn will bring, so let me learn to sit with patience, bend if the wind squalls in my direction, find the shelter of trees when the wind is calm. Take a page from the book that is never ending, reading stars in the sky to interpret my dreams. Page 154. Shabbat ma'ina fash v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et hashabat We continue now with the congregational tefillah, beginning on page 155. Please rise. Adonai sefatai tiftachu fi agit tehilatecha. Adonai sefatai tiftachu fi agit tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'koneh hakol, v'zocher chastei avot v'imahot, u'mevi geula livnei v'nehem, leman shemo be'ahava. Zachrenu l'chaim, melech hafetz b'chaim, melech hafetz b'chaim. V'chodvenu b'sefer ha'chaim, lemancha Elohim chaim. Melech uzer u'moshia u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham v'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, mechayei metim atarav lehoshia, morid hatal, mechalkel chayim bechesed, mechayei metim berachamim rabim, somech noflim v'rofech cholim, umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato lishenei afar michamocha ba'al gevurot umido melach melech memid umechayeh umatzmiach Yeshua Michamocha av harachamim, zocher yitzurav lechayim berachamim, v'neman atah l'chayot metim, baruch atah Adonai, mechayei hametim. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalalu chasala, baruch atah Adonai, hamelech hakadosh. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, hamelech hakadosh. Please be seated. Page 160. Let's read this together in the middle of the page. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may we all live in such a way that this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Page 162. Modim anachnu lach, shata hu Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu le'olam va'ed. Tzur chayenu magen yishenu atah hu l'dor v'dor. We'll read responsively at the top of page 163. For the good in us which calls us to a better life, we give thanks. For the desire in us which leads us to work for peace, we are grateful. For all these things, O Sovereign, let your name be forever praised and blessed. Inscribe all the children of your covenant for a good life. Together, O God, our Redeemer and Helper, let all who live affirm you and praise your name in truth. Blessed are you, Adonai. Your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulcha na'eh lehodot. Page 164. Shalom Rav Al Yisrael Amka Kasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Al Yisrael Amka Kasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Al Yisrael Amcha Kasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Al Yisrael Amcha Kasim Leolam. V'tov Shalom Rav Al Yisrael Amcha Kasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Al Yisrael Amcha Kasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Remember to inscribe us in the book of life for blessing, peace, and prosperity. Include all of your people Israel for a good life and peace. Baruch atah Adonai, oseh hashalom. Oseh shalom, shalom bimromav, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Uyaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Amen. Oseh shalom, shalom bimromav, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Ve'al kol Yisrael, We're going to continue now with Seder Kriyat HaTorah, the service for the reading of the Torah. Please rise. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, haolam omed. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, haolam omed. Al Torah ve'al avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al Torah ve'al avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. You may be seated. Thank you. So this is Shabbat Ha'azinu. We are in the 32nd book of chapter of the book of Deuteronomy. And in this portion, Moses sings his last song, a love poem to God and a chastisement of the people who are not worthy of Adonai. The poem recounts the blessings that God has bestowed on the Israelites, the wicked deeds they have committed, and the punishments that God then inflicted upon them. God tells Moses to begin his ascent of Mount Nebo, from where he will see the land of Israel from a distance, but will not be allowed to enter. So the portion is beautifully written in the prose in 2 columns with an opening in between. And I would like to offer the opportunity to anybody who wants to come up and see the Torah. You may come up now. Come on up. Because it's just so cool, the way it's written. It's not like this in any other part in the Torah. And those who come up, you could join me in the blessing. I guess I'll give that to you. There we go. I don't know if everybody can see it. Together. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorach, Baruch Adonai Hamvorach leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato, Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah. Gather round, and you will see. Thank you, Marcy. So I'm going to unroll it as much as I can. Look at that. So can everybody see? Come on up. So this is the normal, regular way, and for Moses' poem, it's with the space in the middle. Ha'azinu hashamayim va'adabera. V'tishma ha'aretz imre fi. Ya'arof kamatar lichi. Tizal katal imrati. Kis irim ale deshe. V'chir vivim ale eshev. Ki shem Adonai ekra havu godel lelohenu. Together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu torat emet, v'chaye olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. So The poem reads, "Listen, O heavens, and I will speak, and let the earth hear the words of my mouth. My lesson will drip like rain. My word will flow like dew, like storm winds on vegetation and like raindrops on grass. When I call out the name of Adonai, ascribe greatness to our God." So it is prescribed in the Gemara, which is the commentary on the Mishnah, which is Mishnah, Gemara, together they make Talmud. So it says in the Gemara that this is how this portion has to be written, that it has to be written in these columns with this space in the middle. There's a special name for it that I don't remember right now, but if it's not written that way, then the Torah is invalid. So, very special. It's beautiful, isn't it? Great. All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming on up.
That was great.
No. That's okay. All right. Our thoughts now turn to those of our community and families who are ill and in need of healing. We think this evening of Rabbi Bruce Goldwasser, Rabbi Fred Wenger, Arnold Zahn, James Koenig, Nilesh Mehta, John Eulenberg, Timothy Piggott, Masha Batchana Hova, Bernice Jacobson, Barry Fidlow, Sonia Maria Reimar Miller, Carol Pretnar, Denise Fleischer, Clara Williams, Frederick Bryan, Rachel Baccio, Jeff Bobst, George Verdager, and Sharon Guthrie, and all those who suffer whom we know not by name. Mishaberach Avraham, Avotenu Avraham, Yitzhak v'Yaakov, v'imotenu Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah, Hu yivarech v'yirapeh et kol cholei Yisrael, v'yishlach lahem b'mheira refuah shalema, refuat hanefesh u'refuat haguf, v'nomar, Amen. May God, who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal all who are stricken. May the Holy One of Praise mercifully restore them to health and to vigor. May God grant them health of body, health of spirit, and of mind. And let us say, Amen. Mishaberach can be found in your prayer book on page 253. Mikor Abraham Amen. We'll return the Torah to the ark. Please rise. V'zot haTorah asher sa Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai biyad Moshe. Can you find it? And the yard's over there. Please be seated. So I found a Devar Torah that I want to share with you this evening. This comes to us from Cantor Evan Kent. And when I read it to you, you'll know why I chose it. It's called The Eternal Embrace of Song. On the last day of his life, Moses sings a song to the gathered Israelites. For 31 chapters in Deuteronomy, Moses has told the Israelites how to behave, what God expects from them, and how to lead a life filled with blessing and absent of curses. With his final breath, Moses teaches with song. This is exceptional. Almost all of the Torah text, 5,852 verses, are written in prose style. Only 2 other times does the text indicate poetry or singing. The Song of the Sea in the book of Exodus, when the escaping Israelites crossed the water, and the Song of the Well, when the Israelites thank God in song for saving them from an enemy ambush. I've often imagined how Moses' voice might have sounded on the last day of his life. Would it have been a strong baritone, a resonant tenor? Would it quaver or warble? Did Moses' voice tremble or exhibit strength? At 120 years of age, did he lean on his staff when singing? Did anyone stand at his side, or was he alone on this desert stage? What I found most curious and intriguing was the question, why did Moses choose to sing his final message in poetic verse? As a cantor, I, along with my colleagues, know and understand the power of the sung human voice. It is powerful enough to sail across symphony spaces, bounce off the back of the largest concert halls, and yet in its most intimate form, a singer's soft voice can express one's most intimate thoughts, the poet's secret hopes and desires. When we sing, the musical vibrations move through us and through the audience, heightening the emotional impact. Perhaps Moses sang his penultimate words to reverberate in the hearts, souls, and minds of the assembled Israelites and beyond to generations yet to come. Toward the end of last week's Torah portion, we read, "That day Moses wrote down this poem and taught it to the Israelites." I wonder if he realized as he was composing it that thousands of generations later, people would still be singing the song in synagogues and seminaries and Hebrew schools in communities around the globe. I believe that singing is eternal. It is one of the many reasons why I sing. When I see song, I see the musical notes and waves extending and emanating across the spheres of the universe. The songs and melodies never die. They rebound and resound. The songs that I sang in my high school choir room resonate still in my head, often as loudly as the songs and choral masterpieces I sang in music conservatory. The chants and songs I sang as a student while at the Hebrew Union College Jewish Institute of Religion are still with me and are the reverberations of all the songs I sang as a cantor at Temple Isaiah in Los Angeles. I'm not sure where he is now. I'll have to look him up. As cantors and as singers, we often wonder if our songs and chants will be remembered after we're gone and our voices are silenced. All the lessons sung, the communal songs shared, the verses of Torah chanted, the folk songs accompanied on guitar. None of us are Moses, but all of us hope that the songs we sing are eternal. The poet Robert Louis Stevenson articulates the eternal nature of song in the following poem, made even more famous in a setting by British composer Ralph Vaughan Williams. And it says, "Bright is the ring of words when the right man rings them. Fair the fall of songs when the singer sings them. Still they are caroled and said, on wings they are carried after the singer is dead and the maker is buried. Low as the singer lies in the field of heather, songs of his fashion bring the swains together. And when the west is red with the sunset embers, the lover lingers and sings, and the maid remembers." So we're going to continue with the adoration in your prayer books on page 283. Please rise. Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto you, who spread out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else. We bow משתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, the Holy One, praise be God, הקדוש ברוך הוא, the Holy One, praise be God. Amen. Please be seated. Memorials. All the ways we try to hold you when you're gone. Lighting candles, telling stories, sorting through photographs. Your face might fade from memory. Your deeds do not. All the tiny captured moments are important, as if frozen, held in golden blocks of amber, lasting longer than your words. Silent gestures set in motion, recollection, floating far beyond the dust, the wisps of clouds that puff away. In the Shabbat, we are remembering the yard sites of Paul Cox, husband of Deborah Cox, father of Samuel Cox, brother-in-law of Wendy Peck. Meyer Haber, father-in-law of Joyce Haber. Calvin Weiskopf, father of James Weiskopf. Joseph Bonora Sr., father of Joseph Bonora. Kenneth Harris Jr., brother of Kenya Madison Gabler. Gertrude Immerwahr, special friend of Charles Lunar. Stina Johnson, mother of Lena Benson. Adelaide Friedman, mother of Susan Leftwich. Tom Caron, uncle of Lisa Margulies. Max Rosen, uncle of Judith Stein. Miles Rubacek, father of Donald Rubacek, grandfather of Adam Rubacek. Sarah Hasten, mother of Ronald Hasten. Bessie Lazaro, grandmother of Kenneth Siegel. Helen Petrick, mother of Patricia Gibbs. Hetty Ehrlich, mother of Francis Peshkin. Ruth Jensen, aunt of Merle Ehrlich. Rita Nymark, sister of Carol Nymark. Sidney Bernstein, father of Joel Bernstein. Rivka Goldfarb, mother of Fran Dvorkin. Kalman Gronick, father-in-law of Eric Blaustein. Eileen Piasecki, sister of Kenneth Markwell. Boris H. Frumkin, uncle of Eleanor Lapidus. We remember them all with the words of Kaddish Yatom on page 294. Please rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, Bialma divrach hirute v'yamlich malchute, b'chai yechon v'yomechon chayed kol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kari v'imru, Amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mivarach le'olam olamei olmaya, Yitbarach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, v'yitalev, v'yitalal, Shemei dekutsha barichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, da'amiran b'alma v'imru, amen. Yehi shalom rabba min shmaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mamav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. V'imru, amen. V'imru, amen. V'imru, amen. V'imru, amen. Please be seated. We will conclude our service this evening with the singing on your daf of Be Holy. Hakadosh Baruch Hu, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Be holy, hear the whisper, a quiet, gentle voice. Be holy, hear the whisper that helps us make the choice to be like God. To be like God. Be holy, hear the whisper, present every day. Be holy, hear the whisper, it teaches us the way to be like God. To be like God. Hakadosh Baruch Hu, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Be holy, hear the whisper that guides each word and deed. Be holy, hear the whisper, reminding us we need to be like God. To be like God. Be holy, hear the whisper, the warmth of love's embrace. Be holy, hear the whisper, giving us the grace to be like God. To be like God. Hakadosh Baruch Hu, Hakadosh Baruch Hu, Hakadosh Baruch Hu, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. To start a new year. A new year is unfolding, like a blossom with petals curled tightly, concealing the beauty within. Let this year be filled with the things that are truly good, with the comfort of warmth in our relationships, with the strength to help those who need our help, and the humility and openness to accept help from others. As we make our resolutions for the year ahead, let us go forward with great hope that all things can be possible with your help and guidance, O God. And we say, Amen. Shabbat Shalom. And we will join in Kiddush and Motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Oh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila lamikra'e kodesh zecher letziat Mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta v'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. Now, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz B'te'avon. Te'avon, Shabbat Shalom. Please join us for the oneg.